Our Lord gives us the commandment to love one another, even to the point of dying for one's friends. He doesn't actually say that, but he says no one has greater love than this, than to lay down one's life for one's friends. And he repeats it, this is the command, this I command you, love one another. Love is a strong word, and our Lord is presenting this to us, strong words. And he does this kind of speech in a number of other places, when he tells us to turn the other cheek, or go the extra mile, or give to those who borrow from you. Things like this, our Lord is telling us to go the extra mile, to really strive hard to love our neighbor. And this is, again, opposed to just putting up with our neighbor, tolerating them, being civil to our neighbor. Very, very different to love our neighbor. Love is, again, a strong word. Our Lord is asking us to strongly practice charity, to reach out to our neighbor, to help them, to go in haste to help our neighbor, to make sacrifices to help our neighbor, to pray for our neighbor, to pray for our persecutors. This takes a lot of effort, and that's what our Lord is exactly calling us to do, to love our neighbor, far from just putting up with our neighbor, to make that effort. And he's not presenting any exceptions. Love your neighbor if he treats you well, or this and that. But love our neighbor always and everyone. And so we see the challenge. This is a challenge which we need to embrace and practice. This is our Lord's most important teaching, to love our neighbor. And so we should be experts in it by now. We who have, how old are we? Old enough to have some proficiency in practicing charity, and in the charity our Lord is asking for, even to the point of sacrificing our life for our neighbor, even to the point of loving our enemies, praying for them. And praying for them is a powerful manifestation of charity, because it goes to the depths of our heart. It comes from our will, comes from our heart, to pray for someone who offends us, or who we dislike, or we have ill will, bad feelings towards, to pray for them. And we've heard that many times, but when it comes to practicing it, we're forgetful so much. But praying for our neighbor when we don't feel good about them really changes our heart, drastically, and changes our relationships. And it helps us really to acquire this virtue, which we really want to have, and which is really a gift from God. It's a reward to have charity in our heart, to get rid of all ill will, and to have goodwill to every neighbor. So let us continue on this path of charity and deepen it and make it stronger and improve and grow in grace and ask for that gift